Hi, I'm Simon Rushton and this is Taxi Chronicles podcast. On this podcast, we spontaneously interview unsuspecting passengers with their permission, allowing them to share their intimate life stories and concerns. As our slogan states, real riders, real stories. Some riders prefer to be anonymous, while others ask me to tell their story later on. Either way, there are all genuine 5 to 10 minutes stories, so sit back and enjoy this episode. Afternoon. Yes, it's me, I'm back, the Taxi Chronicles guy. Got a lovely couple in the car, a lady in accounts. She says she's not going to talk, but I doubt that. And her husband, who's a scaffolder. And we've talked about a couple of things, and we're gonna let the husband tell us. So what's your name again?
My name's Craig.
We're gonna let Craig tell us about how long he's been in the scaffolding business, what it used to be like, and what it's like now.
Well, hello everyone.
Go on, Craig. Go on.
Well, I've been scaffolding about 25 years, and back in the day when a good 15 years ago, it used to be a lot easier due to all the health and safety and stuff like that. It used to be getting in a... Stop laughing, Claire. Anyway, yeah, my girlfriend's... sorry, my wife's just... Anyway.
He's trying to make it younger than he is.
We only got married in January in Barbados. That's lovely, yeah. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, been night scaffolding 25 years, and yeah, it was a lot easier back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I know, but I've just had to repeat myself because you rudely interrupted.
Okay.
But yeah.
So what was it like, your first experience on site then, when you was a younger guy?
Well, actually, to be honest, I was a little bit scared, because they was a lot bigger than me. And my first day scaffolding, I literally was, how can I put it, on a firm which was full of, like, because a lot of scaffolding, a lot of scaffolders are like
football firms.
Football firms and ruffians into that kind of industry, blah blah blah. And I was made to catch 5'2" from about 40 foot.
Really?
Yep. And my arms were absolutely throbbing. And come the next day, literally, I couldn't even pick a cup of tea up. And the governor phoned me up and said, "Listen, Craig," he said, "you've done really well." His name was Keith Harding, and he was a kickboxing champion.
Mm-hmm.
He actually fought Dolph Lundgren, but he lost against him. But yeah, and he said, "Look, I'll come and pick you up, Craig." I said, "Listen, I couldn't even pick a cup of tea up." He said, "Look, have today off." He said, "Back in tomorrow, blah blah blah." And then that was my first firm I worked for, and that was for about 7 or 8 years. And literally, we used to work like 6-7 days every week, non-stop for about 9 months. And come October, no, hopefully, Beef, you're not listening, because anyway, you're getting a bit old now. So anyway, come like November time, he used to put a thingy up on his office door saying, "If you don't work 7 days in November and December, you ain't getting a Christmas drink off me." Anyway, another day, I actually stood up to him and said, I'd actually give him a little bit of mouth, and I was face to face with him, and he actually took my legs clean away from me, and I just ended up flat on my face on the concrete. But yeah.
What did you say to him?
Probably giving them a little bit of verbal, as you do. You learn from other scaffolders, and you give them a bit of jip, and that was it. Bang, straight on the floor. But yeah, sort of way I've learned. I've learned the hard way. I only actually got all my tickets and my MVQs, but I think I got my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know when I got my first one, back in 2013,
mm-hmm.
which was my part 1, and then I had to go for my part 2 in about 2016. When did I get my advance, Claire?
2 years ago.
Claire don't want to talk.
Anyway, yeah. So literally, yeah, I've got my advance 2 years ago, and yeah, I've just got my
How would you say the industry's changed?
The industry changed.
In what way?
due to like all the health and safety. Literally back in the day when I used to work for Phoenix Scaffolding, I used to have a 10-metre ladder. It used to be 30 foot high, and I used to be running 10 5s up it at a time on my shoulder. Literally, you had to put. It's hard to explain, but you had to put something in the middle of the ladder to stop the bounce of the ladder.
Yeah.
That's how big the ladder was, and it literally took 2 of us to move the ladder. But nowadays, you've got all the big firms like Trad and Dow and All Right Scaffolding and a lot of the bigger firms, which is just, it's all health and safety now. And over 2 lifts, it'll like all be on a rope and wheel, or like hand over hand. You'd always have to have a hand on a shoe, which is right.
So you have another guy up there, and then always. You go up and then
Yeah. So like it has changed a lot, but you know, me being a scaffolder back in the day, you know, sometimes you do like to get up there, you do like to jump up there and like with no handrail and just whack it on quick so you've got an earlier day.
You ever had any accidents on site, or
I've had a few accidents. I've got a little wound down on the side of my leg.
Oh bloody hell! What's that? Is that actually pole went through your leg?
No, that was actually, I fell off a ladder and I fell down about 6 foot and
hungover.
Yeah.
Look,
she spoke. Look, but anyway, yeah.
I told you she was being quiet. Yeah,
that's it. But literally, it didn't go through to the tendons. So
you're lucky,
literally, I had another scaffolder take me down the hospital, and I was like, the blood was coming out my leg, and he was going over the speed bumps even faster. That's the mentality of a scaffolder. Like, he was going over it even faster, so it would hurt me even more. But I went to work the next day.
Yeah.
And I had a fall about, when did I have a fall, Clary? About 3 years ago. I literally fell about 2 meters with all the weight underneath my shoulder. So on this shoulder, on my right shoulder, I've literally got no tendons there. So when we got married in January, my beautiful wife, which is next to me, made me pick my pint up with my left hand because I look like an absolute spastic picking up with the right hand. That's what she actually called me. Look. But I love her and she'd do anything for me, but she doesn't like to be out there like people. It just seems, yeah. But yeah, I've got to go and have a scan done on my shoulder soon and try and get that mended.
But you're still alive.
But I'm still alive and still kicking and still scaffolding.
So what did you learn from those accidents?
To calm down, to be a little bit more.
Stop drinking.
Well, it's not always been drinking, Claire, is it?
Yeah. Talking about that. I know as an ex-site manager, the guys used to drink on site. How was that for your firm, you lot?
Well, nowadays you just can't get away with it. You just really can't get away with it. It's like all drugs and alcohol testing all the time, and you know, that's all coming to force. It has made it better, but it's made scaffolding a lot longer. You know, for like people that have been doing it 25 years, and we've done it. There's an easy way and there's an hard way, but then again there's a safe way. Yeah. So you've got to sort of make it come to the like sort of middle of that, and
You want to find a middle ground.
Yeah, middle ground. So make it quicker and safer.
Yeah. What motivates you to stay in the industry?
Drinking.
No, it probably what.
You love it.
Well, actually, I do like scaffolding, but the money. Actually, you know, I'll never be able to work in Tesco's because my language and my, you know, it's just
personality.
The personality of being a scaffolder. We do joke about, you know, some horrible things sometimes, but it's all,
Okay. All right. So what's the future for yourself?
Well, the future for myself is where I've just done this site management course. Hopefully I'll be able to hang up the tools and literally just become a full-time supervisor. But then again, I love it so much, I probably will still have to get on the tools to show some of the youngsters how it's done properly. Might be a little bit slower, but I'll still have a go. You know, it's just always been in my blood.
Now the government's removed the age for retirement, do you reckon you're always just going to be going to work even if you just cut your hours?
tell the honest truth. I'll probably, by the age of 60, I'll probably be in I'll probably have my little disabled buggy, and I'll probably be, running away from my wife down Witherspoons or something. But yeah, I'm still, But then again, probably, like, I'm finding it hard now because I'm 44. You know, like,
I've got same age as me. All right. Yeah.
I've like got you know, I get pins and needles in both my hands, which is carpal tunnel, because my mum suffered from it, and allegedly it's hereditary. I've got a bad shoulder. I've got arthritis in my right knee.
That's like 100 square hole in your leg, isn't it?
And also I've got arthritis in my right knee, which is sort of flares up every now and then, which just have to take loads of ibuprofen for it. But I'm waiting to have. What am I waiting to have? An injection.
Steroid injection.
It's a steroid injection in my knee. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like I'm falling to pieces, but
you're still in the game. You got spirit.
Yeah, I'm still in the game. I've definitely got spirit. I'm one of the only.
You've got a lovely wife looking after you.
Most definitely.
Yes. Yes, you have.
But yeah, I've definitely got spirit, because I'm probably the only, like, how many scaffolders who obviously work underneath me that don't turn up for work there?
Every day, yeah.
Am I always there?
Yeah, you are.
The new breed of scaffolders. What do you have to say about them? Are they as good?
Shit. Well, what it is nowadays.
They're millennials, aren't they?
But what it is what they do is the government are putting people through their MVQs, their part 1s and part 2s, and now, because they've got their part 1 and after a part 2, you're a competent scaffolder, but you still need experience. Obviously, you need experience on street scaffolding, you need experience on building sites, and you need to learn from different scaffolders and the best way of doing things. And nowadays, they just put you through your part 1 and your part 2. Within 2 or 3 years, they think they're a scaffolder. Not in the slightest. You learn to be a good scaffolder by becoming a good labourer, i.e. setting out all the like individual stuff, blah blah blah. You know, I've got like a part 2 scaffolder for me, and he's just constantly asking me what gear I need. But look, it's a mirror image. Every lift's the same.
Yeah.
Get the gear, and then you can get your tools on, get a bit of experience in the game, and I've always been learned in scaffolding. Look after your elders, and well, it's the same with everything. It's the same with life, really. You look after your elders
because they always know stuff that you don't know.
Exactly, and you can learn from there.
Yeah. So, do they last? Do you reckon they last, this new generation?
They probably last a lot longer than the old generation, because they've got it so much easier.
Oh, new equipment and stuff.
New equipment. You know, it was all like you know, the steel was a lot heavier back in the day. They've come at everything's all the beams are alley now, and they used to be steel. And they will last a lot longer, but scaffolding would take a lot longer, which obviously the price would have to go up, because you know, it's just unbelievable. You know.
But the good thing about the scaffold industry, there'll always be work.
They should always be work. The amount of houses they're
houses, commercial buildings, lots of flats, everything.
And obviously all the like the stuff that happened with Grenfell Towers. That's all had to be scaffolding and cladded. And
the bad thing is the weather.
But I don't. With me, you know, I just always, you know, I always say to the boys that are working for me, you know, I'm a fair enough supervisor. I say, look, let's go out, working it till 1. Obviously, if it's too heavy, working it till 1, and we'll all go home. Instead of ducking and diving and getting wet and getting cold, and you know, like I say, and that does irritate you and all. Because when you're 44, I'll go into Claire, and I'll say, oh, I'm aching, Claire, and she say, oh, what would you say, Claire?
Fuck off.
Okay.
Anyway, she didn't mean that. She does really.
Claire, you're in the accounts industry.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tell us about the accounts.
It's all very, very boring. There's not much to know apart from numbers.
No,
it's
but
very
you love
boring.
your job.
Yeah, I do love my job. I've been doing it years.
Yeah, well, you've got to be, you know, you're playing it bright lady. So there
I'd
must
like
be.
to think so, yeah, but I can't be that bright because I'm with Craig. So.
It's not always.
Opposites attract.
They do.
There you go.
They do, but I bring the brains and the beauty.
There you go.
Okay.
I'll make it right there.
No, it's all good in my ears.
Tell me about your boss,
I don't
Mark
know. I don't know.
He's an
I
absolute
don't want
legend.
to talk.
No, he's an architect.
Oh,
And he's
I
actually,
don't want to talk.
she gets a little bit embarrassed, but yeah,
Okay.
that's where I come into it.
Someone's fucking taking their brave juice today.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Last question, and this is for both of you. Yeah. What impact do you want to have on the world?
Happiness. Just be happy. Life's too short these days to be anything but.
Okay, Craig.
Yeah, well, pretty much the same really, and just to be a lot, the world to be a lot less, more peacefuler, and to be a lot. It's all about money at the minute, isn't it? It's just, when would the world just think to ourselves, a bit of loving and a bit of respect, and not all this money, everything. It's like what you were saying earlier about Boris Johnson and London. He won't shut down London because obviously it's all about money, and he wants to be better than Germany and better than France, and what's it all about when people can die from a pandemic because fucking Boris Johnson wants to get a few ticks on his
He wants to prove a point, doesn't he? He wants to say, look, I supported Brexit, and we came out of it, and we came out of the corona as the stronger country.
Most definitely.
And he told everybody the game at the start. He said, people are going to die, so get over it. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's no... I'll be very surprised if he shuts down London. There's other places. Remember, London produces 70% of the economy for the United Kingdom. Yeah? So when you think of that, you can afford to shut down more or less any other city in the country, barring London.
Yeah.
Now I probably get a lot of jib for saying that from Normans and that, but you don't cut the neck off the golden goose. Yeah.
Considering how big, how small London is compared to the rest of the UK, and what you just told me there, 70% of the.
Yeah, but we're banking though, aren't we?
Yeah.
When people come to think of England, they don't think of Birmingham, do they? Or Liverpool or Leeds. They just think London. You got what are the main cities? London, Tokyo, New York, Paris. Those are the main cities people talk about in the Western world that you have to have been to or you invest in. If you're a Russian oligarch or one of those multi-million-dollar Chinese people, you have a home in London, New York, blah blah blah, even just for status.
Yes,
That's what it is. Well, thanks for the interview.
No problem. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Bye.
We hope you liked that episode. Keeping in mind, we never know who we're going to interview. We post twice a day, 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. GMT. Have you ever considered the future economies to invest in? Why not listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories? Considering Africa has the fastest growing economies and population on Earth and has done for many years, it holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. We publish twice a week, Tuesday with a guest investor and Fridays talking about investment, politics and history, providing a clear understanding for any potential investor.